ta'ala for accountability of what you have been doing. And all in front of all these things are in your knowledge, you still do kufr with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How amazing it is. How amazing it is that knowing all these facts, you are still rejecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, هُوَ الَّذِي He it is, خَلَقَ لَكُمْ He created for you, مَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا in the land or on the earth, whatever is there, all of it, every little bit of thing that is in or on the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He created and He has given this to you on your disposal. You make use however you want to. If you want to drill oil in any part of the world or any part of the land, Allah will not go into send angels and no, you cannot do it there. Full access on every little thing of this earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given in your hands. Jamia, that's what the meaning is. Jamia means all together. Access has been given to you to make use as you want, like everything is you, in your possession. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He has done so much favor that He created all these things and handed all these things to you. Make use as you want to. ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى إِلَى السَّمَاءِ Then He turned Himself to the heavens. فَسَوَّاهُنَّ And then He made them سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ 7 heavens. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everything on this earth, handed to you. And then He also created 7 heavens. Okay? وَهُوَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٍ And He is knowledgeable over every single thing. Kulli shay, everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has complete knowledge about everything. So, after this ayah, the topic switches to the text switches to a different topic of the Quran. In next few ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning the process of the creation that took place for the human being, the creation of the first human being, and there was some incidents that took place when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create the first man, Adam alayhi salam. Keep in mind that before Adam alayhi salam or our father was created, the first human being, the earth did exist as it is. Earth still had these oceans and the air and all the forests, everything was there. It was already fully active earth. Just like all these stars and moon, sun, they were already there. There were other creations who were created before us. The fish, the animals. They existed before human being was created. There were angels who were created before us. There were jinns who were created. So we were just a new creation, but everything had already existed. And among them, there were angels who, just like we are living presently here, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through His book, has informed us of certain things that will happen in the future. And future is the hereafter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has informed us of the future. That one day after you are dead, we will raise you again and then we will have paradise and you will be accountable and all those things. So some information is with us. Same thing happened when Adam alayhi salam was being created. The angels were living before Adam. And they had some information about the future. So because the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has all these things. Some angels had more access, some angels had less access to the book of Allah, but they were talking to each other. So they knew a lot of things. They knew that in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is written that a time will come that Allah will create a new creation. Allah will create a new creation and He will call him Adam. So it was in their knowledge, it was not that they did not know. But when the time came for the creation of Adam alayhi salam, Allah informed that this is the time, that it's going to happen now, that's where they reacted. Okay, so this is the story here in this Quran about that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ, and when your Rabb said, lil malaikati, to the angels. So he addressed the angels and he said something to the angels. Okay. What did he say? Inni ja'ilun, I am going to make fil ardi, in the earth, on this earth, okay, which is far away wherever the angels were. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I am going to create, I am going to make a Khalifa. Khalifa is someone, one of the meaning is one who comes after. But Khalifa in this ayah will be someone who will go and live on the earth, on this land, and will implement the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is what a Khalifa is. When a country sends someone to another country to rule after the occupation, that person, the governor or whoever is there, implements the rules and the laws of the original authority, like in British India. Okay? In British India, there were governors who were sent from England. They were ruling by the order of the king there back in England. Okay? So they were implementing the laws the kings were deciding. The king and their higher officials were deciding, but he was just implementing the law. So this is Khalifa. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us as Khalifa with authority, and we were supposed to obey and implement Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rules. So when angels heard this thing, qalu, now not only that they knew that from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that a human being is going to be created, there will come a time, but they know a little bit more. They knew some more information. And one of the information they knew, according to the Quran, was that they knew that this person and his progeny, when they were living on this earth, they will spread corruption. They will kill each other. They will bring destruction. They knew this thing, okay? Because it probably was written in the book of Allah, or other angels knew. So angels knew about that. So when they heard the time has come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed them that He is going to create a Khalifa, a person. So they said something. They said, Ataj'alu, are you going to make? Allah, Ataj'alu is a question. Are you going to make? Fiha, in it, in the earth, on the earth. Man, someone. Yufsidu fiha, who is going to spread corruption on the land, in it. Are you going to create someone who is going to kill each other, who is going to destroy the land, who is going to burn the places, who is going to do all these things, is going to spread the corruption? We are so nice people, you know. No, why don't you make us one? Maybe that was a jealousy. Wallah alam, what it was. Why would they say? No. They said something, they brought in, the thing is that, you know, that they brought a negative aspect of the human being in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not positive aspect. They could have said, you know, yeah, we know that they will be nice to each other, they will help each other, they will run charities, and they will be, you know, make masajid and all those things. They didn't say any of those things. They brought the negative aspect of the human being in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They said, you are making the one who is going to spread the corruption. That's what they said. Not only that, they said, وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءَ, and he is going to shed the blood there. He will spread the corruption. Then he is going to shed the blood. Why are we making him? They are making such a creation. Then the next ayah further says, which I just mentioned, they are saying, وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ, we are the one who glorify you. Nahanu nusabbihu means we, the angels, glorify you, we do your tasbih, bihamdika, with your hum, with your praise. وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ, and we sanctify you, we express your holiness. So we do all these good things. On the other hand, you are going to make someone and send as your... Now, I think the point is the word Khalifa. Khalifa, the word that Khalifa was used, angels did not appreciate that word. Because they were the creation who were close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala up to that time. And now the command is being handed over to somebody else, the human being. Okay. He is now being given the authority of being Khalifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they felt surprised. They said that this person is going to do all the wrong things. On the other hand, we are the ones who do all the good things. Okay. So this was their reaction. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied to them by saying, Qala inni a'lamu. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, indeed I know. Ma la ta'lamun, that which you don't know. I know that which you don't know. That was the answer from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know something which you don't know. And that's something next few ayahs are going to mention. But what is that something that will make the human